A couple of things, right? I think what you mentioned, the one piece of statistic where, 10% of the girls were encouraged by their parents to pursue a STEM career. So I have to say, probably the most influential force in my upbringing was my father, who is a mechanical engineer. And he never assumed that I cannot do anything, in the sciences, right? I mean, he said, you could do anything you want, continue to pursue what you're interested in. So in high school, I really loved physics and math. And in fact, he helped me with a lot of my homeworks and mechanics. So that was the start, right? And I never thought, if I go to college, was there a decision that I wavered between whether I should go into, literature or some kind of engineering profession? I just said engineering, right? So I just went straight. In terms of inspiration of women in STEM, this is actually a later discovery for me. My son was doing a project in astronomy, and we reached out to Mariah Mitchell Foundation, which is on Nantucket in Massachusetts. I don't know if anybody knows this. And I started to actually look into her history, what she has contributed. She was the first professional female astronomer in the US. And her upbringing was, she had a Quaker upbringing, and they really believed in education. So her father made sure that she was well educated, from a very young age, and then she also started her own school. Once she got into astronomy, she actually discovered a comet, I think is now named the Mitchell Comet. She then went to Vassar College in New York and became a professor of astronomy, the first female professor of astronomy at Vassar College. And then she, of course, then brought in a lot of interest in astronomy for female aspiring astronomers. And she formed a foundation for the advancement of women in STEM. So I thought, her story was quite compelling. And of course, as part of her legacy, my son actually got to use all the observations that she made starting, in her early career into the late 80s to essentially calculate the distance of stars. So that was quite profound, I thought, and it was very, very interesting.